line is cat.
Shout out to Drugstore Films and most importantly, Marcel. Shout out to y'all for tapping in. This video as the Can't Get Right story documentary. Now, me personally, I know him from hanging around FBG Duck and being in the Zach TV interview, and then long not too afterwards, I think he passed away or something like that. Got killed, something like that. But we ain't gonna talk too much. Without further ado, we're gonna get straight into the video.
Like and subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.
This documentary was made to help save lives.
You're watching the Can't Get Right story. Sit back and relax. Can't Get Right was a gangster disciple from the set STL, also known as Tookaville. He was known to be rapper FBG Duck's muscle. If you're a true drill fan, you heard of Can't Get Right. After years of sliding, people began calling him Get Right or Get Right With Ya. He ran with STL, Jero City and Taekwon World top hitters. His name hold weight in the drill world. There's a lot of controversy about his death. In this documentary, we reveal the truth. This is his story. DeAndre Wallace was born on August 31, 1995 in Chicago, Illinois. DeAndre was raised by his grandmother Miss Cookie, who gave him the nickname Man Man. Man Man and his sister were very close. Some say that they were best friends. Growing up, Man Man was a quiet child. He enjoyed riding bikes and helping out his grandmother around the house. Around 2009, Man Man began hanging out with K.I., Lil P, Medell and other kids from the neighborhood. STL wasn't around at the time, and Jero City was the largest gang in the neighborhood. Most of the shorties in the neighborhood were claiming Jero City. The gang was pretty much open to whoever wanted to join. Members such as Dome and Twink made Jero City a popular and feared gang by putting in work. BBT was a small gang that was filled with hitters. They weren't as friendly as Jero City. People such as Cray Cray, Baby Greg and Wee Wee and his three brothers Remo, So
Wee
Ice
Wee.
and Chicken made the EBT a strong street gang.
Yo,
This
what
was
the
before
fuck?
Lil B
Type of
became a
name is
member.
that?
Older shorties in the neighborhood such as Seaball, Dutchie and Duck all claimed EBT at first. AI, Lil P and Medell all became Man Man's best friends. The four hung out every day.
That's
They were into
that's what's crazy about like Chicago drill rappers and stuff like that. They got freaking mugshots from the time they was young until like current.
breaking in houses and stealing cars. Man Man also became good friends with K.I.'s brother G.I. Joe. They all hung out at G. Daysky's house on Rhodes. At G. Daysky's, the teenagers smoked pot and played video games. Some were even dealing drugs. Not only was G. Daysky's place a hangout spot, it was a place that kept the young gang members safe. G. Daysky's mother basically gave them freedom to do as they pleased. Friends began teasing Man Man, calling him Can't Get Right from the 1999 classic movie Life. In the movie, Can't Get Right is a mute character played by actor Joaquin Woodbine. Man Man was giving that name for obvious reasons. Although he hated the name Can't Get Right, it stuck with him his whole life. After Tooka was killed, more shorties in the neighborhood began claiming Tookaville. People such as K.I., FBG Budda, Man Man, Lil P and Medell all
I heard she used to hang with Tay 600 too before the beef fully kicked off.
began claiming STL-EBT. At the time, the two gangs were connected. STL was started by Seaball, who is K.I.'s uncle. Seaball was an active member of EBT and was good friends with Cray Cray and So Icy. After O.D. Perry was killed, K.I. became popular in the neighborhood. She began hanging out mostly with FBG Budda and EBT members. Man Man, Lil P and Medell were still unknown at the time. They began taking pictures with guns and gang banging on social media. Medell was the only fighter out the three. His older cousin Doc was a loved EBT member who was killed in April of 2012 by O Block members. Medell is the one who
Yo, tell me he don't look like the comedian that be hanging with corporate shaky funny ass from Chicago.
discovered Doc's body in an empty lot by the corner store.
Damn.
Man was also good friends with Wooski. Wooski was already playing with guns and was known to carry a .45 automatic handgun. Wooski mostly hung out with the older Jarrow City members, such as Dome, P5 Crack and 50 Shots. Man wasn't known for sliding at the time. But that would soon change. On October 13, 2012, Man close friend Medell was shot and killed by O Block member King Von. Man and other STL members such as Ki, Bostrel and Wooski all wanted revenge. Man began getting
King
arrested
Von
for
was doing a
misdemeanor
lot.
crimes such as possession of marijuana, trespassing, reckless conduct and gang loitering. He even served time at Cook County Jail. While serving time, his ops allegedly gave him a hard time. In April of 2014, Man loose another childhood friend. Ki was murdered by O Block member King Von. This is when Man began sliding with people such as Wooski, G.I. Joe, TB and other Taekwon World members. When FBG Brick was released from jail in 2016, him and Man began hanging out a lot. The two ran with Taekwon World. Man allegedly led the gang on several hits, including the T-Roy hit in 2017.
What's crazy, I didn't even know until both of them, FBG Duck and Brick, passed away that they was brothers. I did not know that.
Moments before T-Roy was killed, you can clearly see Man laying down the plan in the footage. When the two enter the store, Man leads the way and approach T-Roy with no fear. Keep in mind, T-Roy was O Block's top shooter at the time. As you can see, that didn't matter to Man. TB shoots T-Roy in the chest, and him and Man runs out of the store. In May of 2017, Man became famous. He appeared on Zach TV for the second time with
Yeah.
FBG Duck. This time, Man show off 3 handguns and acted as Duck security. This is what really made Man a target for the ops. This was only 3 months after T-Roy was killed. In the interview, it's obvious that FBG Duck felt powerful. Man and Lucky both were known shooters in the neighborhood at this time. Zach TV
Is it crazy that I don't know if it was just me falling out of tune with the whole Chicago drill story and like basically how everything was going for us, like the deaths and all that, but I did not know about King Von, and I did not know a lot of this was going on, to be honest.
about the war. You could clearly see that he was nervous. He didn't want to stand outside. We all know that the Get Back gang was formed after T-Roy was killed. Man lost 3 of his closest friends in only 4 months. Poppy, FBG Brick and TB were all allegedly killed by the Get Back gang. What many don't know is, Man was shot by the Get Back gang months before he was killed. It took him months to recover. Him and his girlfriend DT moved into their own place.
And I didn't even know about no Get Back gang. I did not know about none of that until all these people passed away. I did not know about that.
He began staying home a lot watching YouTube videos, thinking about his dead friends. Man appears in FBG Duck's Act TV interview for the 3rd time
Yeah.
in September of that year. This interview went a lot different. This is when the Get Back gang were out running wild. Not only Act TV, but the Flyboy gang all decided to do the interview inside this time. In this interview, FBG Duck and Man were both humble. They didn't have the same energy that they had 4 months prior. You can see the hurt in their eyes. Brick, Kobe, Poppy and TB were all now deceased.
Oh, that's who King Von kept mentioning, or one of his homies, Terry Berry or something like that.
In November of 2017, Man's girlfriend DT gets him a job. He didn't mind getting up and going to work every day. Many say that he was proud of his job.
Loco, what you on, my boy? Rio, what you on?
Man and DT were in a serious relationship. The two began dating in 2016. DT was a good girlfriend. She did her best to keep Man out of trouble. When he was shot, she stood by his side the whole time until he recovered. When Man
That's
lost
what's up.
Poppy, Brick and TB, she was there by his side as well. In January of 2018, FBG Duck released the classic hit Slide. The Flyboy gang began going by the Clout Boys. Can't Get Right now went by the name Clout Boy Man. When FBG Duck signed a record deal with Sony, many thought that the crew were rich. While Duck was living the good life, Man still had to punch a clock every day. He was still on probation as well. Around this time, 051 Melly began hanging out in the neighborhood with some STL and Jero City members. Melly and FBG Duck become close. They both knew that the ops would hate seeing them together. FBG Duck now had money to put out hits, and Melly was allegedly a good hitman. He murdered guys from THF 46, 600 and other gangs. His number one target was allegedly Lil Durk.
Man, what?
Melly was good friends with Mubu Crump from Dro City.
Yep.
Crump was once friends with Lil Durk. The two began feuding around 2014. Mubu Crump began attacking OTF on social media and became known as the Charac scorekeeper. He shared embarrassing stories about OTF members and even joked about the deaths of Lil Durk's cousins and manager.
Are you talking about? Do you think?
On May 25, 2018, Melly and Mubu Crump were both shot outside of a house party. Melly was rushed to the hospital, but Crump died at the scene. He was 32 years old. Many drill fans believe the THF 46 was behind the hit. But according to
Basil?
insiders, THF 46 had nothing to do with the shooting. Many say the THF 46 would have never missed out on the opportunity to kill 051 Melly. Here's when the story gets deep. Ambry from Jero City was allegedly at the house party that night. She allegedly got into it with Mubu Crump. Man was like a big brother to Ambry. Ambry and Man's girlfriend DT are cousins. One time during a shootout, Man ran over to Ambry as bullets were flying past his head to make sure she was safe. The two were really close. After Ambry and Crump gets into it at the party, Ambry allegedly informs Man was allegedly jumped by Mubu Crump and other Dro City members months or even years prior. Man allegedly pulled up on the scene with TW members and shot Melly and Mubu Crump.
The sound effects, though.
Melly recovered quickly after being shot. Just 10 days after being shot, he came to St. Lawrence on Poppy Day, looking as if nothing never happened. FBG Duck, Man and other STL, Jero City and TW members were all out celebrating Poppy's birthday. Man and Melly obvious had tension. You can feel the negative vibes just by seeing the two together in the video. Melly wanted Man so bad he could taste it.
Pause. Pause. Pause, bro.
11 days later, Man was shot and killed outside of a restaurant. He was with several other STL members. Cole was the only one who allegedly fired back at the shooters. Many believe that Man was backdoored. While drill fans like to believe that it was the Get Back gang's work, it's clear that Man was the target. The shooters had the chance to gun down the whole crew that night. But they didn't. They wanted one particular person. And that was Man.
Put it through your... I'm gonna pause it so I could read it. 43-year-old Troy O. Hampton was killed as well. Hampton was an innocent bystander who cleaned outside of the restaurant for extra money. Rest in peace to him. Damn.
That same day, FBG Duck was allegedly shot in the shoulder by the Get Back gang. He clearly was hurt over losing Man Man. The two were good friends. Man Man was a few years younger than FBG Duck, but they were still close. After Man Man was killed, King Von, Memo600 and Just Blow go live on social media.
There you go. There you go. Right, cause I can't get right.
I know. Everybody, not at one time. What just happened?
Yeah.
Can't get right, got killed.
Bro, I feel so lost that I did not know about King Von until like not like literally now, but like until he started rapping. I did not know about King Von until he started rapping. And then that's when the whole story got told that, oh yeah, he got locked up for certain charges and stuff like that. I did not know nothing about this live, nothing about what's going on. Only thing I knew about was the Zach TV interview where Son put out three blicks and was like, yeah, you good on the block. It's riding back and forth on a little dirt bike. I did not know about King Von.
They tell us can't get up. Oh, man, that nah, I can't take
David, they said it on both our lives.
Hey, why did they even put him on Front Street like he was even like that though? They both. He wasn't even like that. And I was in the county with him. Phone was torching his.
He probably knew he was gonna die.
He did.
I wish I could talk to him.
Bodyguard.
Don't nobody even care about Can't Get Right like that. I don't think they gonna slide like that. I don't think nothing finna happen because of that. So
They finna waste the rest of their money on that.
we ain't even gonna act like nothing finna happen. Just y'all go in the house. Whoever ain't get shot, you lucky today. I'm going out. It's over.
Man Man was 22 years old. His funeral was on June 29th.
Sunset on phone going to house. So with what?
Year at Burton Funeral Home. Many STL, Jero City, EBT and Taekwon World members all came to pay their respect. Melly didn't show up to the funeral. STL and Jero City members were still good friends with Melly. Some say that him and FBG Duck became even closer after Man Man was killed. This broke people in Man Man's family hearts. His sister shared her thoughts on social media after Melly was killed.
FBG Cash.
Nobody even care about Can't Get Right like that. I don't think they gonna slide like that. I don't think nothing finna happen because of that. So
Well, this was the Can't Get Right story. Thank you all for watching.
Man, shout out to Drugstore Films. Honestly, it's sad for the simple fact that I used to, when I was younger and the Chief Keef era first kicked off, I used to be in tune with everything. Lil J, freaking Lil Mark, King Yella, FBG Doug, freaking all the disses, all the remixes, everything. And it's like, if you look from back then around like 2010, 11-ish, all the way to now, most of them that was a part of this whole thing as far as like the Chicago drill scene is no longer here. And that's sad. And what makes it more sad is this was entertainment to people until you look up and realize you older and none of them is here no more. But we ain't gonna talk too much. Get in the comment section down below. Let me know what y'all think about this whole story. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for all the love and support. Love is love, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.